OK, as promised, let's get to transfers. Marcus Rashford has been talking about his future, given the biggest hint yet about where he'd like to be playing next season. The man to tell us more is Mark McAdam. Good afternoon to you, Mark. You're going to talk us through all the latest in the transfer market. Let's start with Rashford, shall we? It was always going to be a big name that we're going to be following possibly all summer long. What is the latest?
Yeah, he's obviously a huge superstar. You know, he's been in a huge part of the Premier League over the last few seasons. And obviously back in July 2023, he signed that bumper new 5-year deal to keep him at Old Trafford for a number of years. He was given a big wage packet of over £300,000 a week. He'd just come off the back of that fantastic campaign where he'd scored close to 30 goals in the season. And he looked like being the main man for Manchester United for many years to come. It's funny how things can change in football. Last season, he was sent out on loan for the second half of the campaign to Aston Villa, where he re-emerged as someone that could still do it at the very highest level. Couple of goals, 4 assists, some eye-catching performances in the Champions League and the Premier League. And Aston Villa had the option to get Marcus Rashford to stay at Villa Park for £40 million, but they decided against exercising that option in that loan deal that was done and instead decided to send him back to Manchester United. Now, Marcus Rashford still has 3 years left on his Old Trafford contract. And obviously, when he's on huge wages, if he's not going to feature in their first team, they need to try and find a way for him to move on and continue his football elsewhere. They have interviewed big-name stars such as Lamine Yamal himself. Here's what Marcus Rashford had to say about potentially playing alongside Yamal.
We saw you commented in Instagram. What do you think about him?
He's going to be... It's difficult to put into words what he's doing because he's not supposed to be doing that.
No.
16, 17.
We were with Lamine and we asked to him, what do you think when you are on the pitch with this age? And he said that it's normal.
He's just playing now.
Yeah, he's normal.
Yeah, but this alone is a skill. To have this mentality is a skill.
Would you like to play with Lamine someday?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody in the world wants to play with the best, you know, so
yeah.
Hopefully we'll see.
Very interesting, wasn't it? Really interesting. He looked relaxed, he looked calm, he was nice and open there, speaking to those big Spanish YouTubers who have done a lot of interviews, Jules, with some of the big Barcelona stars, and they have millions of followers worldwide. So the fact that he's prepared to sit down and be so open and transparent with them. But we know that Deco is a fan of Marcus Rashford. But we also know that Barcelona are interested in Nico Williams, of course, and they also like Luis Diaz at Liverpool. So Marcus Rashford on a list of potentials for Barcelona, but he's not at the top of the list. We understand Nico Williams very much the front runner to head to Barcelona if they can get the finances right, and that is also a problem with Barcelona signing players. They have to be very creative and careful with what they do. And as we said on the transfer show on Friday, you know, you've got a situation where Marcus Rashford's price right now will be probably around 40 million, and you'll have to find, you know, close to £300,000 a week. In 6 weeks' time, in 10 weeks' time, if Marcus Rashford is still at Old Trafford, those numbers might change ever so slightly. So I'd imagine